the history of life is strongly influenced by the history of the Earth. One small variation can mean that everything changes: our climate, vegetation, even life itself. Geology allows us to reconstruct our planet's geological past so that we can understand its present and foresee its future. Today, in the Faculty of Geology, 2 degree courses are taught: Geology and Geological Engineering. In addition, we teach on degree programs in chemistry, physics, the environmental sciences, history and geography, material engineering, and biology.
If you like science, adventure, and you are hardworking, geology is for you.
One of the things that I've realized studying geology is that, in fact, geology is much more than only study the rocks. You can influence your society with your job as a geologist, studying from these different disciplines. Moreover, something that I like very much is that as you go to the field very often, you can have a very good knowledge of the places around you.
We are not much people, we are between 15, 10, 20 people, so we are a big family. Then these persons will be your best friends.
This faculty is sort of devoted to geology. You kind of really breathe geology every day.
The degree in geology seeks to instruct students in the study of the composition, structure, morphology and history of the Earth, and in the working methods of the geologist. The aim of the degree in geological engineering is to give students an understanding of the principles of geology and its methodology, together with an understanding of the techniques of engineering. The work of the Faculty of Geology is supported by that of the School of Gemology. We examine the use made of the resources that the Earth provides us with. The role played by prospecting and the management of renewable and non-renewable resources, such as coal, oil and minerals, is very important.
I'm working on structural geology, and my topic is the 3D reconstruction of geological structures. That means that I go to the field to recollect data, and then when I come back, I study this data and analyze the data to have an idea of the three-dimensional geology of the structures under study.
Yo decidí terminar mi doctorado en la UBA considerando sobre todo la calidad del claustro de profesores, tanto por los resultados de publicaciones como por los proyectos que llevan a nivel internacional.
I think they have a good equipment, and it's very important because we can do good work in a good period of time. And I think also is strategic, so we can make contact with different countries and different laboratories inside Europe or outside in the United States or Canada.
I am working on my PhD about the study of gypsum layers of the Ester Pyrenees, where these gypsum layers are the clue to understand the geology of this region. This region, geologically talking, is not yet known. For this reason, the Spanish government gave me a fellowship to make this study.
The environmental management of waste products, the implementing of landfill siting and building projects, the decontamination and regeneration of contaminated soils are just some of the subjects dealt with in the study of the soils and subsoils of our planet.
Els geòlegs, molts d'ells en l'actualitat treballen al sector del medi ambient. Aquí mateix estem en un territori, en un lloc que s'havien desenvolupat antigament activitats industrials. Molt possiblement hi ha residus soterrats al subsol, possiblement hi ha afeccions a les aigües subterrànies, i els geòlegs, mitjançant els seus coneixements, poden investigar aquest subsol, poden investigar la naturalesa d'aquesta contaminació, poden investigar la contaminació de les aigües subterrànies i l'afecció a un recurs com és l'aigua, i a la vegada poden dissenyar plans de remediació, de descontaminació d'aquests sols i descontaminació de les aigües subterrànies.
Estem aquí fent una campanya geotècnia per la instal·lació del futur zoo marí de Barcelona.
La campanya consisteix en fer un número de punts de reconeixement que reparteixen tant amb sondejos com amb assajos de penetració dinàmica, DPCH, i assajos de penetració estàtica anomenada CPT1. La perforació del sondeig que heu vist abans, la màquina, la Rola T400, s'encarrega amb una bateria perforar el sondeig. Cada metro i mig habitualment traiem la mostra del sondeig que dipositem a les caixes de testimonis i posteriorment és analitzada pel geòleg per descriure la litologia i les capes que es van perforant al llarg de tot el sondeig.
It's said that we know more about the surface of Mars than we know about what is just 5 kilometers below the sea level. The mapping of the coasts and the seabed is one of the activities carried out by the research groups which each year conduct oceanographic surveys in our seas and oceans.
I spend some time being a marine geologist in the field, that is in the sea, on board research vessels, collecting data, mainly geophysical data and also lithological data. And the rest of the time is spent in the office by spending time coordinating research, laboratory analysis made by students mainly, and writing up research proposals and writing up scientific articles which are the end products for a researcher like me. The University of Barcelona is a nice place to study geology. For people from abroad. I'm Italian, so I moved here and I'm happy I made these decisions. First of all, the university is located in a beautiful city. It's a very large and cosmopolitan city, friendly with young people in particular. The university is big, the professors have an average high standard, so the classes they give are very good, they are up to date, you really understand the up-to-date situation with respect to geology. And another thing is that there is a very good library, one of the best in Europe I would say, which is not very common, at least in southern Europe, in the Mediterranean area. And I think that every student should spend a lot of time completing the information that is given into class in the libraries by doing independent research, independent studies, which are essential to perform research later on.
Thanks to the study of fossils, we can study the history of life on Earth, which is closely related to its biology. And so we can reconstruct the biodiversity of our planet long before man first appeared. Palaeontology confirms 2 theories that have generated great controversy: evolution theory and plate tectonic theory.
I'm realizing my PhD in the lower Cretaceous Hymenoptera, preserved in amber. It's a PhD based in articles, a very nice opportunity to visit other countries, to work with very important people, the main personalities on the study of the insects, and to have the opportunity of visit countries like New Zealand, Russia, France, and other provinces like Álava, Madrid. Probably the more interesting or more different and nice in geology is the field trips, because it's the opportunity to see in situ the work and to learn truly the geology, and also you have strong vincles with your colleagues.
Water is fundamental for all life forms on our planet. The study of underground and surface waters, their management and contamination, the evaluation of glacial mass balance and aquifers as future natural resources are some of the subjects dealt with in hydrology.
My interests are in environmental pollution, and I'm especially focused in soils and groundwater contamination. and that's the reason because I'm doing my PhD here at the University of Barcelona. Right now it's very important a collaboration that we have between the University of Barcelona and the University of Waterloo in Canada, because it gives me the possibility to stay there at least 3 to 6 months a year to study and to practice and to learn even more about my thesis.
I'm doing some research about bioremediation. I'm working between the Faculty of Geology and Microbiology. We normally go to the fields and take some samples, water and soil samples, and after we put these samples to little bottles that are called microcosm. And we see what is the best bioremediation, if it's the chemical, biological or physical bioremediation. We choose the best solution for the field.
The impact of geological processes that can modify the shape of the surface and the interior of the Earth, as well as the natural hazards to which these give rise, are our focus of study, so that we can reduce the effects of these recurring catastrophes: earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, avalanches, floods.
My main research is in the GPS deformation, crustal deformation studies. Mainly we are investigating deformation of the crust using the satellites related to earthquakes. And another part of my research, I'm investigating snow avalanches. It's been 5 years that I'm at the University of Barcelona, and this beautiful city and nice university. And our faculty and the department, I would say one of the main advantages is that it is so multidisciplinary, that people are really often and open and accessible, and in reality there is not too much hierarchy between the professor catedrático and the regular student, and that of course helps to create an atmosphere of creative research.
I was in Bergen, Norway, with an exchange program with an Erasmus grant, and it was a really good experience for a lot of reasons. First of all, because you have to survive in another place with another language, and somehow you grow with that, and also it's academically it's a good experience because you can course on other subjects that here are not offered, and it's very interesting if you want to specialize. And also it's a good thing because you have a lot of fun. You can travel around, you will get to know a lot of people from a lot of presidencies from around the world, and I strongly recommend to go for an exchange to another country.
I had studied in the Universitat Autònoma, and when I finished I decided to continue studying. So I came here and I have been studying a Master in Geologic Risks.
This year I started to work. I'm studying fordward and geology engineering, but I have friends that has started working at first of geology engineering.
We study the mechanical properties of rocks, sediments, and the land for the engineering work involved in the construction sector and large infrastructure projects such as road networks and railways.
Les sortides de l'enginyer geòleg, com a estudis que són d'enginyeria especialista en el terreny, el ventall és molt ampli. Pot ser tant un ventall amb una obra civil com la que estem ara, i sobretot amb obres que el terreny sigui el protagonista, des de la vessant potser més de medi ambient, de tot el que seria contaminació d'aigües subterrànies, de sòls, riscos geològics.
Amb l'actualitat, el geòleg té un gran ventall de sortides professionals dins del camp del medi ambient, dins del camp de la consultoria, dins del camp de l'obra pública, dins del camp de l'edificació, dins del camp dels recursos naturals. Hi ha un gran ventall, però basta que en l'actualitat hi ha molt poc geòleg amateur.